Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
The voices of concerned Fargo parents have been heard loud and clear. Thank you for joining us tonight. The parents voiced their concerns about a proposal that could have changed certain class schedules for middle school students.
Now, this change would have added a period to the end of the day for band, choir, orchestra, and intervention classes. Valley News Team's Krista Bain was there tonight. She joins us to explain what's going to happen next. Krista?
Mike, school officials say the addition of the extra period was proposed to get more kids involved in music and to get help to kids in need. Tonight's debate included a team of parents and teachers from Fargo's middle schools, and it proved to be worth it. They convinced the district to move in a different direction. The plan now involves Fargo junior highs to start and end at the same time each day, with music classes moving from first period to a later period in the day, not an additional period at the end of the day.
Many who came wanted the same start and end time for all students, so we heard that loud and clear, and that's where we brought the committee back together and said, let's look at it one more time. Let's use that feedback and come up with a schedule that meets the needs of our students, but also meets the needs of our parents.
The move is a relief for Ann Casey, who we talked to back in November. She remains concerned that students would have to choose between music and athletics if a period were to be added. She's pleased with the outcome of the task force.
It allowed us to reset the process. It allowed us to refocus. We had a lot of really good feedback from parents as well as teachers, and we could then put that all together, and knowing that we really needed to make this happen, we could make some really good and some hard decisions in a short period of time.
Now, another change, middle school students will be taking semester-length classes instead of the current quarterly classes. Parents with concerns will still be able to share them. The school district plans on having meetings at the junior high schools. To take a look at this new plan, we've put a link on our website for you at valleynewslive.com. Mike?
That's helpful. Thanks, Krista. Also tonight, school leaders approved the idea of expanding the Eagles Center to an additional K-5 elementary. And we'll move forward with looking at adjusting secondary level boundaries within the school district.
Still no name on the victims of a crash in Richland County today. We do know the victim is from Ayer, North Dakota. It happened on Interstate 29, about 14 miles southwest of Wahpeton, just after 12:30 today. The driver's semi veered off the roadway into the west ditch, continued into a dirt field, and then vaulted over a drainage ditch. The 71-year-old driver was taken to St. Francis Hospital in Breckenridge, where he was pronounced dead.
3 people who admitted to taking part in a robbery that led to a stabbing death are headed to prison. Ruben Ciceros Jr. was stabbed to death during a break-in at his rural Grand Forks home. Thomas Begg, Jennifer Blue, and Vincent Gladue all pleaded guilty to a charge of conspiracy to commit burglary and facilitation of murder. Each was sentenced to 5 years in prison with 5 years probation. A 4th man in the case, Joseph Sacido, still faces a murder charge. If you need help uncovering fraud or corruption in your community, here's some advice. Call our whistleblower hotline. We'll do our best to get to the bottom of it. The phone number's on your screen, 701-237-6576. Call that number and leave your tip. A member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work to expose the truth.
Governor Mark Dayton's decision to not include more funding for the state's largest system of higher education isn't sitting well with the leaders of Minnesota state colleges and universities. They issued a statement today in response to the recent news saying they're taking the governor's decision very seriously and they're working towards positive steps to resolve disagreement regarding chartering in the future. Now, MSUM is one of the colleges affected by the governor's decision, and they say they're standing by the statement that was released.
Human trafficking is a serious problem in North Dakota. That's why more than 25 lawmakers and North Dakota's Attorney General have created 6 bills to try and crack down on this issue. The problem is that sometimes the crime can be hard to track because it takes on different forms.
We know that it is a very serious and, in fact, an existing problem in North Dakota. There is no point to deny, as not that long ago, many people were doing, no point to deny that this is an issue right here in North Dakota, and we need to address it, and that's what these bills are designed to do.
Discussion on the bills will start tomorrow at the state capitol.
T-shirts memorializing domestic abuse victims were on display for the release of, it's called the Femicide Report. It found at least 23 people died as a result of domestic violence last year. And while the number of domestic violence deaths has fluctuated year to year, they're consistently being in the double digits. And the Minnesota Coalition for Battered Women is calling for more state funding for victim service.
We have photos tonight of the man the medical examiner's office have confirmed to be behind the city council shooting in New Hope, Minnesota. Raymond Kemps was in his 60s. He spent years confined to mental health treatment centers in St. Peter and Anoka. This is according to his family. His son Nathan says to understand his motive, you need to know his father's backstory. Kemps had disputes with city officials and police officers that, according to Nathan, won over property that housed their home and family business. In 2008, Kemps offered to sell the property to the city for $955,000, but that was denied.
Do you think your father wanted to kill police?
No, I don't. I mean, he's a good enough shot where he wouldn't miss if that was the case.
In 2009, he was arrested for making terroristic threats at the Hennepin County Courthouse. The two officers shot last night are both out of the hospital.
Tuesday night's restaurant report card returns, and this time we're in Fargo to check out which eateries have some serious health violations.
And if you're looking for a bite to please your palate, Valley News Team's Christina Craig tells us whose clean slate has earned them our clean plate.
Bab's Coffee House in downtown Fargo first made our naughty list in April of last year. This time around, in the most recent health department inspection, they were slapped 7 total violations. 3 were critical. The health department says food was not held at the proper temperature in a cooler. Mold was found in the ice machine, and some employees were caught not wearing gloves while handling ready-to-eat food. Bab's management didn't want to discuss this latest report with us.
Depending on what the actual health inspector would see in that facility, they might ask them, say, you know, we can shut you down based on what we're seeing, or you can voluntarily shut down, and basically we'll come back when you feel you're ready, and that will reopen you pending another inspection.
Larson says since the inspection, Babs has taken care of the problems. He also says the coffee house's main problem stems from employee turnover and lack of training and food preparation. Next up, Season Buffet. They are cited a total of 7 violations, 2 critical. Employees were found handling food with no gloves, and buildup was discovered on a cutting blade and can opener. Inspectors say that could cause bacterial growth.
Depending on what type of facility and how large of the facility, how much food they're preparing, it's, you know, to get a perfect score is pretty tough.
And finally, there's Moxie Java Piece of Cake on Broadway. They have 5 violations, 2 serious ones. Inspectors say Moxie improperly stored soup and workers used bare hands when dipping cookies. Now, we did contact the owner, who declined an interview, but she did say all of the problems were fixed on the spot. In Fargo, I'm Christina Craig, Valley News Live.
We should also point out that this time around we found more clean establishments than dirty, and this week's Clean Plate Award goes to Chubb's Pub. They came up spotless during their most recent inspection.
Now remember to like Valley News Live on the Facebook for stories like this and many more. To follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates as well, anytime on your feed. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the entire day.
Valley News Live 10 at 10 continues with No Wait Weather.
Hey, what a difference 50 to 75 miles can make. That's how far the blizzard of 2015 moved. And for New York, not as much snow as forecasted. It didn't save Boston, however, which is nearing 2 feet of snow, making it the 8th biggest snowstorm on record for the city. The storm is also slamming New England with wind and isn't expected to wrap up until tomorrow sometime.
You know, Lisa, we're usually seeing that here in the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. It's nice to just see hardly any of
somebody else dealing with
Yeah.
it. We're only seeing it on television, which
Yeah.
a lot of people are enjoying.
Yeah.
There's some people out there, though, that really want
Oh,
the
of
snow. The
course.
snowmobilers
Yeah.
are really crying about it. We don't have a great chance for snow coming up in the forecast either, at least not in the short term. I do want to show you what's going on out east. It is still snowing in New England. Boston has been seeing snow essentially nonstop for the past 36 hours, and they're now up to 3 feet of snow in parts of the Massachusetts area. We did get a 36-inch report now, so that's been updated since then. So 3 feet of snow. Wind gusts at about 78 miles per hour. It is really rough for them, and it continues to be so with that snow spiraling there. And Mike mentioned, there's a big difference between just a small area. On the eastern side of Long Island, they had about 2 feet of snow. Back over toward New York City on the western end of the island, about a foot. So a foot difference just over Long Island there. Here's a look at our winter headlines in that region. Starting slowly but surely to see those winter headlines get trimmed off, but there's still some winter storm warnings for parts of New Hampshire and over into Maine. High temperatures today. We have our own records that we've been setting in the region. We've been in the 30s for the valley, a couple of places into the 40s, but out west, Bismarck, Williston, Dickinson, 50s and low 60s. Those are all record temperatures for this date. So very warm just to the west of us. Even Rapid City hit 73 degrees, and that is tied for the all-time high temperature for January. Another statistical record I want to show you that we just made today. We showed you this weekend. Fargo so far only about 7.5 inches of snow so far this season. We haven't had a calendar day where we've reached 1 inch of snow or more just yet. And the last 1 inch day on record is January 27th, which is this date right now. And we're not getting any snow today. So that means we are breaking that all-time record here in Fargo for the latest 1 inch snowfall. One thing we're concerned about for tonight is visibility. We've seen some fog redevelop tonight. Valley City's been having some trouble all day long, less than a mile of visibility there. A quarter of a mile in Carrington and all up toward Devil's Lake and beyond, places where visibility is less than a mile. So some patchy fog out there for tonight where the wind is just a little bit lighter. We have wind gusts in the valley that are a little bit stronger, keeping our atmosphere a little bit cleared out for us for now. 26 mile per hour gusts in Fargo and 26 in Grand Forks out of the south. Here's a look at our current temperatures. We've been pretty steady. This is our high temperature for the day. We're at 34 degrees now at 10 o'clock at night. Some places out to the east that are below freezing, 29 in Bemidji and around 32 degrees over toward Valley City and the Jamestown area. Radar satellite looking quieter. We do have those clouds streaming through. Most of the precipitation has moved out of our area for tonight. So here's a look at our forecast. Through the overnight hours, cloud cover sticking around. We may get a few breaks here and there, and that would actually help any more fog from forming, actually would help to contribute to that. So we may see some more patchy fog in other areas as we wake up tomorrow morning. 5 a.m. temperatures look very similar. Same thing at 8 o'clock. And where the wind starts to quiet down just a little bit, again, perhaps some fog developing for our start to our Wednesday. A gray day nonetheless. No matter how low those clouds are, temperatures stay mild. We'll be in the upper 20s to low 30s through the morning, rising into the mid to upper 30s into the afternoon hours. And as we approach the evening, the wind starts to shift direction. We see a little system roll by to the north, but with that, there's a chance for seeing some snowflakes with that, especially in the northern valley, maybe a little freezing drizzle. That's another hazard to be concerned about, but it doesn't look too impressive at this point. And then later tomorrow night, that wind really picks up, gusting into the 30 to 40 mile per hour range. Most of the day, though, on the lighter side as far as wind's concerned. Gorgeous shot. We showed you this earlier. Beautiful sunset north of Foxhome, Minnesota. And as we look ahead to the next 7 days, for Thursday, 25 will be your high, breezy conditions. And then we continue sliding down into sub-freezing temperatures from there. The weekend, we're going to round out January on the chilly side, at least compared to where we have been. But this month has been so mild.
Nice. Yeah,
typically the coldest time of year. We haven't seen much of it.
We're not complaining too much, but there are some that do want it a little bit different.
Right. Well, there's still plenty of winter left. We have February and March to pick up some snow.
We sure will. Thanks, Lisa.
Still to come on Valley News Live 10 at 10, the new Barbie unveiled today that's showing a different side of the popular toy.
But first, some workout routines that can help you mix it up and get you a little more challenged.